Hey, I'm NichBoy and welcome to Pocket, and today I will be stealing corporate secrets in invisible ink and then seeking asylum in Russia, like an Australian Edward Snowden. Like Julian Assange! Ew. What that? Oh, that's just an IT Journalism Award for Best Video Program. Not for Pocket, obviously, it's for normal good game, they just made me put it here. Invisible Ink is a stealth strategy game from the brilliant minds at Clay Entertainment. Now, this is the same dev team behind the 2012 masterpiece, Mark of the Ninja, which is one of my favorite games. I put a few hours into it when it was in early access, but it's out now proper, and I want to share it with you. So let's dive in. Now, when I played, there wasn't really much of a story. In fact, I don't think there was a story at all. So that is a new feature now that it is completely out. Story, isn't that nice? And it's pretty simple. Pretty much you are part of a spy agency, you get attacked, a lot of your spies die, and you need to sort of put the team back together, and you have 72 hours to do it. So there's a big clock running on you the whole time.
Get to the main server, collect the data, and get out. No detours.
Copy that, Central.
Proceeding to target.
Oh, it's such nice art.
Insertion was clean. Alarm level holding steady.
And it feels like a proper cartoon. It's not like a video game cutscene. It actually feels like, yeah, this is something you would watch on TV. Okay, so we've escaped with Incognita, which is basically like an AI program. And Incognita is a giant part of how you play this game. It's like an AI that is watching you all the time and you can interact with, and she can do things within each level. So she's really important. So it's a good thing we got her. But then Incognita is not the only person that you need here. You obviously need a team of agents. There are 10 available agents to pick from, and each one sort of have their own special abilities or upgrades and that sort of thing. When I was playing in early access, I kind of only had access to the first couple. Let's just start with them and see what happens. So the first thing you notice is you've got this sort of XCOM map where it's the whole world and then things pop up all over the world, problems that you need to go deal with. The clock is already ticking. I've wasted 21 seconds just sitting here telling you about this map. Incognita's running out of power. So we're going to go to Anchorage, and our objective here is to find the corporate directory terminal and retrieve the information.
Bad news, operator. They caught us completely by surprise, so we have no firepower with us.
Okay, so we've beamed in, and the guards have already noticed that we're there, so it has added another time pressure to us. And you see up here in the top right corner, you've got security level. Every turn that you take, you get another part of that security level rises. Once it rises and completes the circle, all security rises, which means more guards come into the floors, more cameras get turned on, everyone becomes more suspicious. Eventually they start sending in like heavily armed people and that sort of thing. So you can't just waste time moving around and checking everything, because that alarm will rise at the end of each turn. And it's another great pressure thing. Usually I hate clocks in games, but this isn't like a real-time clock of like you need to get here in 30 seconds or you fail. This is a like constantly ratcheting up the tension clock, and it's great.
That's an executive terminal. It still has a solitaire game up on the screen.
One of the great things about the game is that as soon as you're done with the tutorial, it just dumps you in here, and this is pretty much the whole game, is this sort of gameplay. Like it doesn't hold much back from you, but there is a heap of depth going forward, and it gets so much more difficult the further along you go. So there's the site list. This is what we want. This is what we want. Yeah, take it. Good job, you've got the site list. They noticed you poking around and have changed up their patrols. Be careful on your way out. So now I need to find that teleporter. So, again, this is another great element of the strategy. Do I commit International and Deckard to go in the same direction and hopefully we run across the teleporter? Or do I spread them up and definitely find it, because we'll be exploring both areas? But once I do find it, I then need to take one person all the way back across the map to the other person. All the time the security level is going up. Suddenly there's more guards, suddenly there's more guns, suddenly there's more cameras, and we just get screwed. Hey, there's someone. Oh no. Okay, so here's how we just got screwed. The enemy guards have turned up, and I was so not prepared for that straight away. This is where the turn-based element comes in. So I've taken my turn by moving International up here and Deckard down here. Then once at the end my turn happens, the guards have their turn. So he suddenly come through this door and has just walked straight in on her. The problem I have is that I am in his full field of vision, which means that as soon as I move, he he's going to shoot me until I die. Oh no, he shot me in the back like a coward. But I do have rewinds. This is new. You can use the rewind function to revert a particular choice, taking your game back to the start of your previous turn. Wow, this is cool. To the start of your previous turn. So that's before, look at that. And now we're back to before she burst through that door and everything went wrong. That is really cool. Okay, so I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna put him down there and I'm going to ready his attack. Whereas for her, I think I'm gonna go up here. We're gonna open that door, but we're not just gonna barge through because we're listening to Beyonce on those headphones, are we, International? Are we? Hey, look at me when I'm talking to you. Okay, that looks like the teleporter right there. So this is how we're getting out. I just need to solve the problem of this guy. So what I've done is I've opened this door. He's gone, huh? How did that door open? I think everyone on this floor is unconscious. So he's going to come to this square. Since I'm here, I'm going to ready an ambush. So as soon as he moves in next to me, I'll attack him. And Deckard, you can't do anything about... Everyone should just ambush everybody. Zap him. Beautiful. Your turn to get zapped. Magnificent. Excellent. Excellent work, Nick. We're just gonna teleport out of here. Exit, use the teleporter to return to the jet. Are you sure you want to leave? You don't have the contact list from the executive terminal. What? You told me that I had my stuff. Oh no. End turn. This is gonna end so badly. You stay away. No. No way. Don't you turn up there. Oh, she is so dead. I'm sorry. But I'm just gonna have to let you die, I think. What's happening up here? Yep. Okay, yeah. No. I'll deal with that problem in a second. Okay. Get the data. Site list. Get out alive. I was here the whole time! What do you mean? Okay. You really think that someone would have notified Deckard that he was standing right next to the encrypted data, but no. Okay, so you're not gonna punch him. You're gonna punch the unconscious person. If we're gonna go out, we're gonna go out really stupidly.
Shots fired. Agent down. Are you cracking under the pressure, operator?
Cracking under the pressure? You didn't even tell me that I was at the right spot. Really worried there's another guard there. And now there's a new guard. And I can't do anything to you either. Okay, this is the end for Nikki. Deliver final words. This is cool. Deliver final words if there's nothing left to do. Decker says, can I have one last swig first? This is not the best quip.
Target down.
Eliminated. Shutting down mural sync.
So that's Invisible Ink. Now, like I said, I played it in early access, but at that point I went, I'm gonna put an hour or two into it and then wait for the full release because this is such a great game that I want to experience it the way that they intended it. And at that point it was already polished, but now it's completely come together. And I think we can now safely expect this kind of quality from Clay Games. Between Mark of the Ninja, Don't Starve, and now this, I am super pumped to see what they come out with next. But I don't need it to be that soon because I will happily sink all the time between now and then into Invisible Ink. And that's all the time we have for today's episode of Pocket, so NichBoy out. Decker, just open all the safes next time. Just think for yourself a bit.